Hi, lovelies. It's another beautiful day. It's time for our storytelling. Um, I think we're going to name this channel Authenticity. Being authentic. Becoming your authentic self. Be you. Don't try to be anything else. Yeah? So we started this conversation a few days ago about why would women not leave an abusive relationship or marriage or whatever it is called. Yeah. And I got some feedback. I knew we ended it with the story about the woman that was fearful about how, oh, she's been married to this guy for 25 years, even though she's been crying and, weeping, but where else will she start from after 25 years? And so the fear of the unknown has kept her there. That's one of the reasons, fear. Now, the feedback I got is that some women choose not to leave an abusive relationship because they've gotten addicted to the abuse, meaning that they have normalized it. So abuse is now a normal thing for them. Like, it's either they grew up with it, and so that's all they've known all their lives. They've been around people that have been abused and they tolerate it. So for them, it's normal. Yeah, it's normal. Yeah, he's supposed to talk to me like that, very reckless. Yeah, no manners, no respect. Yeah, that's how he's supposed to talk to me. Yeah, he should slap me once in a while when I get off track. Yeah, push my head back on track. Yeah, that's how things are done. Yeah. So here is the thing. You can only tolerate abuse to the extent to which you abuse yourself. If you have no respect for yourself, then you sit there and allow yourself to be continually disrespected because that's all you know. Because, you don't even have any respect for yourself. You don't love yourself. And so if you don't love yourself, how can you expect anyone else to love you? The energy you put out there is what you're going to receive, right? And so when you've given out your power to the other party to say, oh, I've given you authority and power to do anything you want over me, and I have chosen not to have any other life, but wherever you put me, that is where I will be. Yeah, then the fear that they had imbibed in you then begins to materialize, to manifest, in the sense that you fear that, oh, I don't have anywhere else to go. How can I go and start all over again? This is all I have. I don't have any hope. So you are in a state of hopelessness. Hopelessness, disrespect, and tell me, for the love of God, how that is not going to impact your health. It is painful these days to hear stories of 44 years old woman having a stroke, 39 years old woman having a stroke. Why would you not suffer all of these heart-related diseases? Because of your mental state and your emotional state. You have chosen to stay in an abusive relationship, just for whatever reason, for the fear, this is all you've known. It's now a generational thing. This is all you've known. It was passed down to you. God help you. You were passed down an abusive generation or inheritance. Yeah, you inherited abuse. Yeah, okay. That's not my portion. I'm Nigerian. Anyways, so you were passed down that, and you've taken the torch, and you're saying, yeah, I'm going to run with this torch of remaining in an abusive marriage. Listen, I come from a culture where it is believed that the men are kings. So when they marry, in my culture, when we go to take a wife for my brother or, you know, whoever, you hear them say things like, our wife has come. And I always corrected them. No, she's not our wife. She's married to that individual. Because straight from there, that is where the problems begin to come. They expect you as the wife to become subservient to the entire community. So I always say that in my culture, marriage is like mergers and acquisition in the capital market. If you get what I mean. Yeah. So they go and acquire a slave. And so when they bring that slave, the slave begins to serve their entire community. And you know what happened? Some of us say, no, I love myself enough, I respect myself enough to walk away from that kind of treatment. Yeah. So as a woman, you should be able to walk away from it. I agree there are times that the parents become very overbearing. Like we had some very overbearing parents. Yeah. Who, you know, the sight of them alone is the beginning of wisdom. They say the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, but the sight of that parent is the beginning of wisdom, because you fall in line. Even without their lips moving, you know what to do. Just so you don't disrespect family name. That now brings me to my next story. There was this young girl. She dated this guy for a couple of months. And, oh yeah, the butterflies flying everywhere. Therefore, they're going to get married. Will you marry me? Yes, I will. And the wedding date was set. And we had the traditional marriage, which of course we do first in Nigeria. And after the traditional marriage, they set the wedding for some months later. And the guy began to bring out his cat out of the box. Yeah, he started to play the cards little by little. He's a guy all over town. He never helps her in any way. He has no, I mean, she has no idea what he does, where he's going, anything about him. And they're supposed to be a couple. You know, that word couple, you know, needed to be redefined. But yeah, and she kept her. She now became a nagging partner. You know, she was nagging. Why did you do this? You didn't do that. No. And the guy, you know, was just like, you know, and his friends would say, you know, she's just being a typical woman. That's what women do. Women just complain. Women just. And so she went ahead and told her mom, you know what, Mom? We're going to have to call off this wedding because I've lived with this guy for a few months now, and I don't think this is where I would like to stay, you know, for the rest of my life. And the mother's response was a very interesting one. She said to her daughter, my dear, the wedding date has already been set. My friends have already taken their ashwebi. The chairman of this and the MD of that has already been informed. Therefore, you cannot call off the wedding. Yeah, true story. And so the girl went ahead, she bought her pains, and the wedding day came. It was a big event. Everybody was there. And yeah, in fact, there were so many dignitaries in the Nigerian context that there was no high table. But at the end of the day, I called the party because I was privy to knowing what was going to happen beforehand. So we had the party called wedding. And yeah, and after everything, she said, oh, the little girl said, oh, I need a break. It's been a lot of stress planning for this wedding and everything. And of course, the guy, who was very much he was very much oblivious of his environment. So he didn't know what was going on. And the girl packed her things and left and said she was going on a vacation of self-discovery. She She just needed to find her peace for right now before she can resume this association. That was the end of it. She left the country, called her mother, and told them they would not see her again, because since the mother, negated her happiness for community clothing, party events, and said, yeah, so keep that one. I'm not going to be part of it. So a few days ago, we told a story of a woman who is afraid. Today, I've told you a story of a girl, young girl, who took her destiny in her hands and walked away from abuse. Be that person, okay?